Much gratitude, Mother, Father, everything, God, Goddess, great spirit of love, of laughter, of joy, of the bliss of knowing that we are the presence. I am the one I am waiting for. And as I wake up, as I reach my heart essence out into the world and spread it, all that divinity connects with all the other divinity, and we become lit. We are lit up in the joy and the presence of knowing that there is only one. There is only one of us. So let's all wake up today to that knowing. Wake up. And those are the words to this first song. Wake up to the one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wake up to the one. Wake up to the one. Wake up to the one love that makes us. Wake up to the one. Wake up to the one. Wake up to the one love that makes us. Only one I know. Make the choice to grow. Open up to go. We are God's spirits. We are God as human. We are God's spirit. God's spirit. God's spirit. Wake up to the one. Join us. Wake up to the one. Wake up to the one love that makes us. Wake up to the one. Wake up to the one. Wake up to the one love that makes us. There's only one I know. Make the choice to grow. Open up to know. We are God's spirits. We are God as human. We are God's spirit. God's spirit. God's spirit. We are God's spirit. We welcome Lynn Taylor. It's going to take us right into If I Be Lifted Up.
So nice to be here with you all. Let us be lifted up. Down in the valley. Well, on my knees. I ask, sweet Spirit, hear me please. You promise that you take care of me. If I would lift you up. You said if I be lifted up, You said if I be lifted up, I'll be your father, I'll be your mother, I'll be your sister, your brother. You said if I be lifted up, well, I'll bring joy to your soul. When I am lonely, when I am sad, sweet spirit comes and makes me glad. You are the dearest friend I have had. I want to lift you up. You said if I be lifted up, You said if I be lifted up. I'll be your father, I'll be your mother, I'll be your sister, your brother. Be said if I be lifted up, well, I'll bring joy, joy, joy to your soul. Keith. You said if I be lifted up, you said if I be lifted up, I'll be your father, I'll be your mother, I'll be your sister, your brother. You said if I be lifted up, well, I'll bring joy, joy, joy to your soul. I'll be your father, I'll be your mother, I'll be your sister, your brother. You said if I be lifted up, well, I'll bring joy, joy, joy to your soul. Well, I'll bring joy, joy, joy to your
How about that? Are you lifted up?
You lifted
How
up.
about this music ministry? We have Miss Lynn Taylor on keyboards and doing her song and singing. We have our wonderful music group led by Meg Rain. Our wonderful choir featuring Lisa Plumley today and Ben Savoy and Sherry and Brad. Keith on guitar. We're going to have Brian on guitar later. And we've got Steve Shigaris on drums out back. We haven't seen him in over a year. Thank you all for coming. My name is Mark Schneider. I'm on the Board of Trustees at Unity on the River. I want to welcome everyone here and everybody that's streaming. Get excited because we also have a guest speaker, Linda Martella-Whitsett, who is a prize-winning author and vice president of Unity Prayer and Silent Prayer out at the Village. And she's been a guest with us before. You are in for a treat with her talk today.
So we're going to call Brian up to lead us, and please stand as you are able. And we will sing our Unity, surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Surely. Yes, the presence of the Lord is in this place, and please don't call me Shirley. I've only used that about 10 times over the years, I promise. All right, maybe 20 times. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. So please turn to the person next to you and say, God looks good on you. To your left and to your right, and to your back and to your front.
So thank you again for coming. Unity on the River is an inclusive spiritual community. We honor all paths to God and welcome anyone, regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, nationality, orientation, identification, or ability. If we could just take a brief moment to enter into prayer before the service kind of goes, and then we'll do the music and Meg will take over after that. I invite you to close your eyes, take a breath through your nose, hold it and out through your mouth. Feel the seat underneath you, the ground under your feet, the air around you. As you exhale, please allow your body to relax into the seat. Divine Spirit lets us come together to share this beautiful experience and the love with each and every one of us together, and the oneness of that energy that makes up everything. We are so grateful for the opportunity. We thank the synagogue, we thank the universe, and we thank you. And so it is, amen.
And so it is. So we're going to go into a time of meditation now. And Reverend Linda Martella-Whitsett will lead us in the meditation. As we return to the land of our soul, we return again, over and over and over, we return. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are. Born and reborn again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul.
Just one moment. There's something on my list that maybe I skipped. Was there a heart song before Linda speaks?
There's a heart song before the meditation.
Before the meditation? Before the talk? Please pardon me while we confer.
You can lead into meditation with that song. Yeah, with butterfly, sure. Okay.
All right, well, I understand the talk is going to be about healing. This is a song of healing and transformation, never-ending journey that we are all on. Butterfly, we're all butterflies.
Lonely
inside your cocoon. I sing this song for you. I see your wings are beating, trying to break through. I see your heart is breaking, mine is breaking too. I sing this song for you. I sing this song for you. The butterflies are dancing high upon the hill. Their beauty is surrounding, calling to us still. The time of greater knowing is drawing ever near. The conch shell is blowing, faith negating fear. Journey has begun now, nature right on track. Cocoons have been ripped open and there's no turning back. Great distances to travel, time is moving fast. The heights we must ascend to are grander than the last. I see that we are reaping all that we have sown. I think that we have strayed far from the path once shown. But butterflies are dancing deep within our bones. Butterflies are dancing all the way to home. All the way to home. All the way to home, all the way to home, home.
Thank you, Lynn. Beautiful. Please join me in welcoming Linda Martella-Whitsett. You know her in many ways, possibly as the author of How to Pray Without Talking to God, Divine Audacity, and a new book that she's written with her daughter that just came out in March, This Life is Yours, Discover Your Power, Claim Your Wholeness, and Heal Your Life. Again, Linda leads up our prayer, our silent prayer out in unity. So as a prayer chaplain, that's very close to me. I got to meet her several times. And actually, I got lost out there, and I ran into her, and she brought me back to meet up with the rest of the prayer team. So wonderful to have you. Thank you very much, Linda Martella-Whitsett.
Well, hello, Unity friends. This is a real joy to be with you from my brand new home in Florida. And I say hello to you if you're sitting there in the sanctuary. I know it's still kind of new to be able to gather in community. What a joy that is. And I say hello to those of you who, like me, are tuning in from your homes. I'm so grateful to be with you. Living near a beach for the first time in my life, I'm remembering a few years ago when I had to travel to get to a beach. I had packed my razor to prepare to put on a bathing suit and all that stuff. And here's what happened. I wanted to shave my leg, so I lathered up, ran the razor up my leg a couple of times, and as I'm accustomed to, I looked down to make sure I had covered all the territory. Well, the hair was still on my legs, and none of it was on the razor. And I thought, something is wrong with this razor. I know what I'll do. I will try it on another area of my leg. Now that's logical, right? Of course, it didn't work any better. And I went down to the front desk at the hotel I was staying after I cleaned up and got a new razor. When I was finishing drying my feet, one toe on my left foot smarted. It was sore, so it caused me to pause. In the moment of that pause, I remembered the head of the razor had fallen off and I had reattached it. Maybe I had put it on upside down. And of course, maybe you were ahead of me and figured that out. It made me think, trying to fix something that I believe is broken, well, maybe it's not broken. Maybe it's my thinking that's upside down. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, as most of you know, he said thoughts are things and they have real effects. Of course, the effect of any thought depends upon its emotional intensity, right? My feelings about it. And a thought repeated again and again and again becomes a belief. There is a primary belief upside down that I'd like to explore this morning. And that is the belief, I am only human. Nod your head if you can still hear me. Great. I am only human. Now, in Unity, we don't teach that as a belief. Yet, our core religious belief in this country, for sure, has given us a framework for thinking this way. You know, the religious training that so many of us had and the culture around us has told us that there is something fundamentally broken and fallen about humanity. And therefore we are powerless and only God can heal us. You understand this, right? You understand this is the thought process that has been given to us from our first families, from our churches, our schools, and communities. It's an infiltrating consciousness that has formed what we think of today as collective consciousness, right? Lest we think that this is just a harmless thought, there are real implications of this thought. And it is insidious enough that even though we proclaim in Unity that we don't believe that we're only human, there is underneath the surface operating, especially in times of stress and challenge, it's operating underneath the surface, right? In the subconscious part of our mind. I am only human it sets us up really to imagine God to be a deity that we need to fix us and save us. I mean, if we're broken and fallen fundamentally, we must have a factor, another power outside of us to fix and save us. And the problem is that when we begin to view God as a fixer, we start interpreting what happens to us either as a reward from God or a punishment from God, right? And this plays out in our systems, in our social system, This is part of the challenge we're having right now with police, with the justice system, with our politics and governance. We have built a world, we, the collective we, have built a world around a belief that inherently something is fundamentally missing, wrong, or broken about humans. Friends, I'm here to tell you, and you know this, that is upside down. Are you with me? Upside down. You know, it gives us the thought of a belief in a God that is conditional, truly conditional. Because the question is, who does God heal and when? We notice, don't we, that some things heal and some things don't, especially right away. That some people heal sometimes, and some people die of the same thing that other people heal from. It's as if we think that God has preferences or favorites, right? Or that God is capricious, calculating, or even cruel. It's as if God acts like a schoolyard bully, right? I have to get on his good side in order to be okay, in order to be healed. And then we devise for ourselves all kinds of habits around these unconscious thoughts, such as, if I follow a plan that somebody tells me is God's plan, then maybe I'll be healed, right? If I gather enough prayer warriors to get God's attention, I'll be okay. Or if I suffer sufficiently or long enough, you know, and I was raised in a religious discipline where suffering is noble. Catholicism, if any of you were raised in Catholicism, it's noble to suffer because Jesus suffered, right? And so this is what we're told. You see where I'm getting at, right? All of this is part of the upside down notion that we are only human. But we need to turn that around, and our right side up thought that forms the premise and really the basis for the whole unity movement is this: you are 100% human and 100% divine. By right of your divinity, you are whole, which means you're complete, you're intact and fully loaded with all the empowering software that you could ever need for your life. I mean, just take that in. 100% human, 100% divine, fully loaded with everything that you could possibly need for a successful living. Wholeness is your original state of being. And because it's original, it's irrevocable and it's irrepressible. Now, this isn't something we experience when times are tough. We feel the opposite of that, right? We feel the upside downness when we are struggling with circumstances in our life. But all the while, this right side is really the principle of God. It is the principle of wholeness or divine life, AKA God, right? Myrtle Fillmore said, God is not a person, but a principle. Now just think about that. Not a cold-hearted principle like mathematics or electricity, but the life principle, the love principle, the wisdom principle. And so we must take hold of principle. This is the teaching. We have to take hold of the principle and see that God is not a deity that heals. And I want you to really take a breath around that. God is not a deity that heals. Understand that God is the principle by which I heal. God is the principle by which I heal. So I heal in the moment of and to the degree that I realize the principle of wholeness. Jesus said it this way. Jesus said, take up your bed and walk. Jesus wasn't claiming to heal anyone, that person. He was reminding them that the power was within them. Take up your bed and walk. Take up your crutch, put it aside and walk. Take hold of the principle of wholeness. Recognize that is your nature. It's the truth about you. And go live. Go live your life. In other words, I heal as I realize that I am 100% human and 100% divine, that I am whole and therefore undivided. To heal is to claim wholeness. The good news is, and you get this, that we're in a kind of community where these are the truths that are nurtured in us. We have teachings and we have practices that prove to us the pivoting power of our mind, right? To transform by the renewing of our mind. This is why I love unity, and it's what is so important for me about what we teach. And it's why I teach our principles, right? And it's no doubt why you are even listening right now, because who among us doesn't need to be reminded of our essential wholeness from time to time? All right, you get what I'm saying? That it's natural for us to have challenges that kind of throw us off, but we're never stuck with being thrown off once we have tools at our disposal, once we have built up a practice, a habit of thought and behavior that pivots our attention back to the truth of wholeness. I mean, this is it. I remember, studying early on in my unity years and thinking to myself, well, maybe I'll get spiritual enough that I'll never have another challenge. How's that work? How's that been working? It didn't even work for Jesus, right? Jesus had plenty of challenges, one on top of the other. Lost his life, physical life, in that challenge. So it's not as though we're going to get spiritual enough that we'll never have to deal with between our ears, right? This space here between our ears. It's never that. But what it is for us in a unity discipline is that we have the power of pivot. We have the ability to be able to work with the upside down thinking that we become aware of in our life. And we have the option, and it is a choice, right, to turn our thoughts around. I'm not going to pretend that this is a simple or easy process. It takes discipline, does it not? Our favorite word, discipline. But this is not a process of punishment, which is the word I associated with discipline when I was a young girl, right? It's not that, but it is a discipling of our mind. It is a training of our mind to know more surely the truth of our 100% divine, more than our reliance on our 100% human. So let's talk about this. So being 100% human means that we have access to, and we actually live from, a whole range of feelings and thoughts that have us centered on the circumstance at hand. This is useful to us, is it not? I mean, it's built into humanity all the way from prehistoric times when we needed to be aware of present moment dangers, right? Thank goodness we have a capacity to be grounded in our physical nature and to be able to be responsive in the moment, to feel, to have our limbic system active and strong, and being able to respond, at a moment's notice. useful, very useful, and continues to be useful to us in our experience today. There are present moment physical threats, or you could just say dangers, right? Like if you're about to get in a car accident. I mean, there's a whole system, your nervous system, your brain, even before your conscious thought, your system already is responding, right? With the fight or flight, with all the chemicals that you need in order to physically respond to your environment in a moment. I'm so grateful for that, aren't you? It's a useful and important component of our fullness of our identity. It's the 100% human of us. Those feelings that we feel are important. They're not to be ignored. Feelings, though, are not leaders. Think of this. Feelings are indicators. They're not to be the directors. I can tell you many instances in my life when I acted based on my feelings alone and was very regretful of it later. Because feelings cause me to be reactive oftentimes, right? And so the difference here is that we learn to feel our feelings. They're valid, they're important, they give us information about what's going on with us. And then we have the capacity to be able to pivot to our 100% human nature. There, we have access to the full potential of our mind, which is mind-blowing. You know, when specialists and scientists tell us we use only a small fraction of our brain power, of our mind power, man, they're right. We have an infinity of capacity that we can turn toward, and that's our divine nature, where the circumstance is not the point, and where we don't heal by trying to change the circumstance. You're with me, right? You're with me on this. The healing is a healing in thought. The healing is our recognizing again, and maybe again and again and again, recognizing our wholeness, our 100% divine nature that is intact, that has always been just behind the clouds of our circumstances, has always been, never wavers, is always whole, therefore perfect, which means complete. Nothing is missing, wrong, or broken in this reality, in truth. Just feel the impact of that for yourself, just for a moment. Maybe close your eyes, and I want you to just, for a few moments, pivot back and forth. Be in your 100% divine, your 100% spiritual nature right now. And as you breathe, just feel the stretching of your capacity. Feel the spaciousness, the possibilities, the freedom of this knowledge that it doesn't matter what's going on humanly. What matters is I am infinitely capable because I am divine. Now, for a moment, think about something that's been troubling you, something that's been going on, something unfinished you're in the midst of, something that you maybe have been struggling with, something that you would consider a prayer need. Just think about it. Think about a relationship issue or anything else that sort of you recognize is a human condition. And be in this 100% human. You can feel some feelings, maybe some sorrow, maybe grief, maybe perplexity, maybe frustration, human feelings. And they're there for a reason, aren't they? What a beautiful system we have, that we get clues, we get messages and information about what's really important to us. I mean, it wouldn't bother me if it wasn't important. Let me acknowledge that. And in this 100% human state, I can feel quite helpless, right? Quite beyond my capacity. And yet, by spiritual practice, we have learned, have we not, that we can pivot our attention. So I'm going to just invite you to pivot your awareness back. Just flip in your mind to the message to yourself, I am 100% divine. And just feel, if you can, sense a shift. Granted, we don't feel this shift by just doing this one time every once in a while. This is spiritual practice, but practice is the whole point. So you can open your eyes if you haven't done that yet. You know, we can get to a point where we understand that we don't have to be mesmerized by the human condition that we find ourselves in. That wholeness is not tied to this condition, that I'm whole as I actually go through what I need to go through to move through and beyond any condition. That's spiritual power, is it not? And that is rightfully our power. So this is where unity teachings and unity practice gets really good for us. In this book that my daughter and I wrote, This Life is Yours, Discover Your Power, Claim Your Wholeness, and Heal Your Life. Our emphasis here was on small daily practices, like 15 minutes devoted to attention on wholeness that allows us to suspend patterns of pain or disconnection or grief or whatever's going on with us in our conditions, to suspend them for a 15-minute window of time in which to focus all my attention on my 100% divine nature, on wholeness. And to know that I don't have to struggle toward wholeness. I'm not going on a journey to try to find it. It's there just beyond that veil as I pivot my attention, right? That's the key. And so it does take practice. I'm not going to be the one to say, do 1, 2, 3, 4 steps and magic, presto, you're healed. No, every day we are healing patterns of thinking that have become upside down, that have become for us no longer really allowing us to be in the state of well-being, right? And we can, in our physical, 100% human, also be in a state of well-being when we recognize that fullness of our human divine identity, right? We can experience greater well-being more often than not. That's the key. So it's not as if, friends, that we'll never again have an upside down thought, right? It's just that we can turn it around. We can discover our power day by day. We can claim our 100% divine nature, and by the principle of wholeness, we can heal. We take up our bed and walk. So friends, I honor you. I bless you for any spark of insight that arises for you as a result of this morning. And I especially honor your courage to walk in your human experience with a growing awareness of your spiritual capacities. I appreciate who you are and what you are, and your presence here this morning is a gift to me. I'm so very grateful, and thank you for your attention.
And so now we'll get into the right order. We're going to go into our meditation. And you've heard this song, and we'll sing it again. Return to the land of your soul, to return to who you are, what you are, and where you are born and reborn again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are. Born and reborn again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul.
Close your eyes if you haven't yet. As you breathe, sense your return to your 100% divine. It's a place that's not a place at all. Slow your breath. Send a message to your system, to your nervous system, to calm, to slow, to center. To be fully embodied is to return. Body, mind, spirit, in a state of wholeness. In order to do this in your body, turn your mind one by one to each of your power centers. Just follow me. Starting with the center of your brain, the power of faith, the power of imagination, which is between the hemispheres, also in the center of your brain. The forehead, the power of understanding, and next to it, the power of will. You can point to them or just turn your mind to them one by one. And as you do so, you're turning them on. To your throat, power. the base of your neck, behind your head, zeal. Your upper torso to the left, heart, love, divine love. Above your navel, center of the abdomen, divine wisdom. At the navel, deep within the center, order. The base of your spine, where your back bends, really, strength. Your elimination organ, so lower pelvis, elimination or release. The generative organs, life. So you are a whole system with many working aspects. And to return now in meditation is to claim all that you are, 100% human, 100% divine. So for a moment, rest in that awareness with silence. Keeping your eyes closed, to listen and repeat to yourself this affirmation for today. And this is to recognize the power of your choice today to return to your wholeness. This day is for me. The hours I will live today are for me. The day is laid out ahead of me, a wild landscape, a blank canvas. The me that is more than me, the me that is pure spirit, imbued with all wisdom and love, sets the scene and takes the stage today. May every decision I will make today nurture well-being. Grateful that I can choose my outlook and attitude, I tame the wilds and calm the storms. I walk in wholeness and paint a portrait of my true identity. Today, I will attend to the needs of my body with particular care. I will lovingly support myself with healthful choices. I will choose inspiration as my guide for anything I choose to do today. I know that whatever I let in by viewing it, reading it, hearing it, or participating in it affects me. I want my mind and heart engaged in life-enhancing, meaning-making moments. I choose to live deliberately today. Take a deep breath, and as you breathe out, whisper to yourself, and so it is.
And so it is. Return again. Return again. Return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Who you are. Return to who you are, what you are. Return to what you are, where you are. Return to where you are. Born and reborn again. Return again. Return again. Return to the land of my soul. And so we return to this place and this time. And it's time for our blessings of the tithes and offerings. So if you could take them out, and if you have them, if you want to bring them up today, or if you've already tithed, whatever, just bring the presence of that abundance into your heart and your hands, and we'll go around with the basket and say the blessing of the tithes and offerings. Do we do it after or before? Oh, Sherry's going to sing a song. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. One more time. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Yes, we truly are blessed. Please follow along with me as we do the actual blessing of the tithes. And please do know that your tithes to us enrich us, pay for our programs, our musicians, our outreach. We also tithe back to our community and to worldwide ministries, and we thank you. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you.
So it is. So now we have announcements. Annabelle, are there? We have our lovely Ms. Annabelle to tell us all about what's coming through all of our programs at Unity.
Oh, thanks. Wow, I feel like a rock star just holding the mic. So we have a bunch of things coming up, actually. Most importantly, right at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. today, we have our first mission and vision meeting. And that's part of our process for just kind of reconstructing and re-examining our cores and values and seeing if they match up with the new directions that we're moving in. And so this will be with Martha Creek, and she's going to help us go over our mission and vision and see if we want to change it or add on to it. And there will also be another one on next week on the 25th at the same time, 4 to 6 p.m. So be sure to tune into that. It's on Zoom, and the Zoom link is on the website and also on the Facebook page and social media. And that is part of our new committees. And so we also have put the committees together. So if you guys have joined one of the committees or are thinking of joining one, you totally can. You can just email the board at board15@unityontheriver.com. I mean, .net, .org. Oh, I'm so digitally savvy. But yeah, and so once you join up, they'll just be sending an email out about the meetings and the agendas for each of the committees. And yeah, you'll be contacted this week if you've signed up to be part of the committees. And then we also, to donate, you can text give to 833-702-4337. And I think that's it.
And Sherry has an announcement. Yes. About where people are playing.
Oh, yes, I think Annabelle has that information. The ones that we wrote down?
Well, our musicians are playing at different places all summer long. They'll be on the right on the website where Steve's playing, where Lynn, and oh yeah, sure.
I will make my own announcement. I'm playing this Friday in Ipswich with my trio Rockwood Taylor, and that features Christine Malpica, who you guys know, on percussion, and my partner Charlie Rockwood. And we're going to be at the Heart and Soul Cafe in Ipswich from 6 to 9. So, and you can always find out where I'm playing by following me on social media, and you can sign up for my email list on rockwoodtaylor.com or lyntaylormusic.com.
And you can also get their wonderful music, Lynn's particularly on Spotify, the songs that she sang today.
And Steve?
Where are you playing, Steve?
Can everyone hear me? Nope. Oh, I need a mic. So, any of you who were here many years ago might remember Ken Clark, Hammond organist. Yeah. So, as we emerge out of this pandemic, we're very lucky to have a residency in Beverly every Tuesday night from 7 to 10 at a place called the Backbeat Brewing Company. It's right across from the train station, the Beverly Depot library area. And they have a large door that opens up to patio seating. If you don't want to be inside, you can still hear the music outside, and they have a full menu and all that stuff. But it's the Ken Clark Organ Trio every Tuesday in Beverly. So I can't even tell you how it feels after 14 or so months of live music being completely erased, what it is to be able to perform for people again, and also to be here too in person. It's like, thank you, sorry, I digress.
And we are planning that Steve particularly will be coming more and more often as we are more and more abundant. So we just know and affirm that we are an abundant loving community that has a full-hearted music team. And also want to say, if you love to sing, or you even are thinking that you might want to, don't be shy. Please come on Sunday mornings at 8:30. We start our choir rehearsal. We'd love to see you. The more, the merrier. Temple Thieves.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and Paula Rusty and I are working up another version of Temple Thieves, so stay tuned for that. I also released a CD in February, so if you're interested in hearing my music, I'm not playing out. Sometimes I play with Lynn or other people, but any of the major venues you can hear what I've written and produced. So Brian Dozer mixed and mastered. So thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
And on our webpage, we will have an area soon where our talented community members will be able to post their calendar events for their upcoming items, so you can find out and go attend them and support them outside of our church as well. I do want to mention we have a prayer chaplain in-house, if you don't mind standing. She was more than happy to sit and pray with you in complete confidence after the service, and we usually have one in the Zoom meeting online, and during hospitality the same is offered. You can join them in a complete breakout room. Well, thank you all. You're gonna do the big song and take us out here?
Yes, thank you. So wonderful to be as always, part of this community. And as Linda was saying in our talk, to remember that we are whole, we are 100% divine, and let's remember that we're part of the grand scheme, we're part of it. I got a life I live today. I don't know why I feel this way. Sometimes it's good and sometimes bad. Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes sad. Sometimes I don't know where to turn. Sometimes my heart and soul do burn. Is that the only way we learn in this great experiment? Some live with doubt, some live with faith, some live with joy, some live with hate. But I have hope we can relate if we just try a little harder. We are in life, we are in love, no one below, no one above. Though I feel different, I'm part of you all, and you're part of me. Take a little time, take a little time, take a little time, take a little time to be part of it. Take a little time, take a little time, take a little time, take a little time to be part of it. There is joy beyond the tear, through the wilderness of fear. When all is said and done, we can learn to live as all those who have gone before, with arms outstretched, open the door, and we step into the light, and we feel a shift inside, and we know we have arrived, that this is home now, that this is home now. There is joy beyond the fear, through the wilderness of fears. When all is said and done, all we can learn to live as one. There is joy beyond the tear, through the wilderness of fear. When all is said and done, we will learn to live as one. Well, take a little time, take a little time, take a little time, take a little time to be part of it. Take a little time, take a little time, take a little time, take a little time to be part of it. Take a little time, take a little time, take a little time, take a little time to be part of it. Take a little time, take a little time, take a little time, take a little time to be part of it. Yeah.
And now we've reached that time again. I do want to take a moment. A few weeks ago, we decided, why didn't we start acknowledging other things people were doing outside? And I'm really appreciative of everyone who went up to New Hampshire to see me at John Davidson's parade. That was, it's pretty far up there. It's hard to get an audience up, and he's just starting this, so he doesn't have a built-in audience up there. But if you remember John Davidson from...
That's incredible.
Yeah, he was in That's Incredible and Hollywood Squares, and he was all over TV in the 70s and 80s, and he's retired, and he lives up in New Hampshire, and he has this wonderful little listening room, so... And it took a little for you guys to get up there, and I really appreciate it. It's in Sandwich, New Hampshire. Yeah, it's just up near North Conway and all that, and Moultonboro. Yeah, thank you again. Here we go. 1, 2. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
All together now. The light of God surrounds us.
We are the light of God. The
The love of God enfolds us.
We are the love of God. The
Power of God protects us.
We are the power of God.
The presence of God watches over us.
We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and we are richly blessed.
When I am lonely, when I am sad, sweet spirit comes and makes me glad. You are the dearest friend I have had. I want to lift you up. You said if I be lifted up, you said if I be lifted up, I'll be your father, I'll be your mother, I'll be your sister, your brother. You said if I be lifted up, well, I'll bring joy, joy, joy to your soul. I'll be your father, I'll be your mother, I'll be your sister, your brother. You said if I be lifted up, well, I'll bring joy, joy, joy to your soul. Well, I'll bring joy, joy, joy to your soul.
Okay, see you in a few.